guys. Welcome back to the Twenteen podcast. Yeah, brand new episode, guys. I know you guys are looking forward to it. I know you guys are just begging. You guys are like, please come back. We missed you so much.
Please, mother, another one.
Please.
Please.
How will I survive the plague without the Twenteen podcast to lull me to my deathbed?
Exactly.
How?
Deathbed.
Yeah.
There.
Because I'm a lowly child in the 1900s about to die from the
Timmy
plague.
won't make it because the Twenteen podcast hasn't made another episode.
Exactly. It's so cold. I'm so sad. Without another episode. Yeah. I know that's how you guys felt.
Because I'm your co-host, Kimmie.
And I'm your co-host, Caroline.
And we are this insane all the time.
Yes. Welcome.
Hi,
You're
you
welcome.
just got here? Hi, how you doing?
Hey, how you doing? Good?
Mm-hmm.
We're both looking at our own
Yeah.
on different cameras. Hey,
Hi.
what's
Hi.
up? Yeah.
Hi.
Oh, nice to meet you.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. So we are weird all the time. But how are
Every
you
day.
in middle school? Let's take it back.
Same.
Exactly. Exactly.
Exactly.
you
No, I
know-
think I was more cringe.
Right. Because our podcast is called Twenteen Podcast. I know you learned that last episode.
Twin, not tween.
Yeah.
I've been saying tween.
Yeah.
teen.
It's twin like 20 and then teens,
I think
obviously.
you put two E's, no?
No, it's twin. It's not tween.
Yo,
Don't try to
must
save
have
yourself.
Dyslexia. That's my
It's
issue.
okay.
I must have dyslexia.
It's okay.
I don't know what the fuck.
Bella Thorne survived.
Did she?
I
Did
think she
she?
did. Mhm.
Look at Zendaya's career and then look at Bella Thorne. Tell me which one you rather have.
You think it's because she had dyslexia?
So she had dyslexia.
You think it's because she had dyslexia? That's why she's not successful? I don't think.
Is she ended up sucking dick?
When did she suck a
What are
dick?
you talking about? She got OnlyFans.
She has an OnlyFans?
That's what I'm saying. Which route would you rather go, Bella or Zendaya? I'll take Zendaya any
Well, I
goddamn
mean-
day of the week.
Zendaya was getting her pussy ate out on that one show.
Okay,
Yeah.
she got paid more than Bella did.
Are you sure about that? You got their tax returns?
I'm about to
How
pull it
do
up.
you
I'm about to pull
know?
it up. It is February. I will pull it up.
At the end of the day,
It's
they both
tax
were getting
season.
paid, and she survived. Yeah. At least she's not math dyslexic. I think that's actually a thing.
Yeah,
I forgot what
definitely
it's
have
called. It's called like,
I think number dyslexia. I swear I have it.
it's not called number dyslexia. It's like,
It's definitely number dyslexia.
no,
Because it's like you switch up numbers, you say different numbers, shit like that.
no, it's like that, but it has a specific name too, like dyslexia, but it's like for numbers.
Oh.
Here we go again, guys. Automatically starting off having to look up the meaning of things. We love Google over here.
We do.
Yeah.
Google sponsor us.
What is
Google sponsor us.
math dyslexia? Oh, look, dyslexia called dyscalculia. It's like a calculator.
Dyscalculia. I must have dyscalculia.
Dyscalculia. Yeah, I really did struggle with math. I really did.
No, it's like I have that like issue where it's like I'll look at the like something and it'll say 7 and I just don't say the word 7. I'm like, yeah, 9. And I'm like, where the fuck did that come from? It says 7.
I feel though like if I have like a long sequence of numbers, I can remember that. But like to then be like, if you gave me like, let's start adding things together. 12 plus 3 plus 7 plus 8. Now I need a piece of paper and I need a calculator because it's not gonna just happen like that.
That's crazy. I've always been back since we're talking about middle school. Back in middle school, I was passing all my classes except for, you guessed it, math. I was so bad at math. I was so incredibly bad at math to the point where it was just like I just remember like my middle school teacher being like, I don't know if you're gonna pass.
I don't know how to help you.
Like, I don't know if you're gonna pass high school.
Wow.
'Cause
They actually
were
told
like,
you that?
Yeah, they were just like, you get shit so wrong.
Wow.
They're like, you just get stuff so incredibly wrong.
Wow.
And I was like,
It's a talent.
yeah, like I don't know, because
I'm blessed.
She wasn't my science teacher, because my
Mhm.
science teacher was like, oh, you're really good at science.
Right.
You're so great at science. You know so much about science and about earth science and about space science and about all these other different sciences that we're doing in fucking middle school. My English teacher, she was like, you were so good at English.
Yeah.
She actually believed I was gonna be an author.
Aww.
I wrote a short story And I remember
she had faith in you. That's cute.
It was funny because like she's backhanded. It was very much backhanded. I went to a private school. I went to a white school. We're predominantly white school. It was a Christian, or not Christian school. It's a Lutheran school, which is a sub-genre of Christianity. And it was the funniest thing because my English teacher, one time she told us to write a short story, and I half-assed the short story. When I half-assed, I wrote it
while walking in the hallway.
Nah, like because we had like three to four main teachers. So we had one teacher. I was gonna say her name just now. I could, but I kind of don't want to. But she did social studies and math, so that was my math teacher. And then I had an English teacher, but we would have like 2 hours of math, 2 hours of social. So we have an hour of social studies, an hour of math, and then we have like 2 hours of English, and then we would have an hour of science, and then like an hour of religion, and then like an hour or so of like course. Right. So it's like that's how our day would be split up. But we definitely had 2 hours for each English, science, or not English, not in science, sorry. It had English, social studies, math, and then it was like an hour of science. My English teacher told me that, and I literally was trying to write the short story in my social studies class because the social studies teacher and the English teacher were right next to each other. So we literally just like walked into there. Right. So I remember my hardest, I was trying to write in my social studies teacher's class.
Finish it off.
And I got to like one point, and then she like peeped, and she was like, Are you doing that teacher's homework right now? And I was like, yeah I am.
You're brave.
I was like, she caught me. Like, I'm in the middle, like with my English composition notebook, just like like going crazy. And she was like, no, you can't do that, that's wrong, you're lucky I'm not gonna confiscate it, whatever. Because that's what I was just trying to finish up the story. I just couldn't finish the story or whatever. And then I read it. We had to read it in English class, and I was dreading it. And then she obviously picked me. It's only 13 kids. Like, what the fuck? Like, she gonna have to pick me. Like, I don't know why the hell. I was like, I hope I'm in the background enough so she doesn't call on me. It's 13 kids. She's gonna see me. So then she like calls on me, and it was funny because I started reading it, and I was just reading it, and then I got to the end, and I was like, okay, well, I didn't finish it. And she looked at me, and she like pulled me aside in the hallway and was like, does the main character get sexually assaulted? And I was like,
what were you writing, Kimmie?
I looked at her and I was like, no, I don't know where you got that from. I was so lost when she said that, because she's like, oh, because the way how you were describing it kind of reminded me of like a horror movie almost. And I just looked at her like, no, I wasn't. She's gonna get powers. Like, I was like, she's gonna like find like a notebook and be a witch or something. Like, I literally told her, I was like, I don't know how the ending is. I'm just 12. Like, I don't know what's going on.
Oh my gosh, you bring the age into it. I'm just like, a little girl.
I literally looked at her like, I don't even.
I read Wattpad, werewolf, and vampire books.
I looked at her and I was just like, I don't know how to like finish the story. And so she told me like how I should finish the story, because I told her I was like, I was having issues finishing it. Yeah. But she was just like, oh no, like she's like, you were describing things in great detail. And I was just looking at her like, and she's like, you'd be a really great author because you can describe things in great detail. Mind you, it was like, I remember it too. I remember it so vividly because I was so flabbergasted that I even read it to my mom. My mom was like, no, it's pretty good, but where did she think that you were going with this story? And I was just like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Yeah. Like, okay, I remember it was like, oh, I just came home from school, and I went to like the backyard. I went through the backyard into my like kitchen door. And as soon as I enter the kitchen door, the floor is I can never say that word. Linoleum floors. It is checkered, remnants of the 60s. And the kitchen, so it's like remnant of the 60s with the white and black checkerboard, like tiles. Right. And I said that the kitchen was a mint green. So it's very much remnants of like the 60s. Yeah. And then I was like, oh, and I like drop my book and I go upstairs, and while I'm upstairs, some sound happens.
Harry Styles is waiting in my bedroom, and my mom says, you need to leave with Harry Styles because I have sold you.
Yes, actually.
Yes. I don't know. It was just giving that vibe.
Yeah, it was exactly that. No, no, but it was like, I went upstairs, I heard a noise. As soon as I heard the noise, I like ran into my closet just to find out that it was my little sister that came home from soccer practice. And then I like went into more detail on how the room looked and how it was a really big room. I made it like emo grunge, where it's like there's clothes that are scattered around the room, but it doesn't look very messy because of how big the room is. My bed is a dark purple, a royal purple with a...
You were giving them great detail in the story.
Yeah, and like, I remember I was like 12 and I was just like
trying to fill the word count.
I couldn't think of anything else. I was like, bro, I don't know what the fuck is happening in this story, and I just couldn't think. So I just was like the dark purple, like the royal purple.
So how they even get to the part where they were like,
no, because there was like another sound that happened or whatever, and I like cut it off there.
Oh,
I hear the door open, but my sister's already inside, and that was it.
Oh.
I don't know why she thought sexual assault. I don't know why she thought that.
Yeah.
Where it's like, I don't know, girlie.
She's like, are you trying to tell me something subconsciously? It's okay. You can talk to me.
I was sitting here looking at her like, my mom is single parent.
I just want
what
power.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I just want magic.
Like, babes,
it's my Hogwarts letter.
Do you understand? I'm only 12. I don't know what I'm doing here. I don't know what I'm doing.
It's the perfect age for it to come down the fire escape. I've been waiting.
I am just 1 year older than Harry when he got his letter. Do you think I'm doing fucking okay?
I've missed the deadline to apply, but you know.
I haven't missed no deadline. You can't apply to Hogwarts. They just send you the fucking letter. So you understand that
you missed a year.
I'm a little bit tweaked out right now because I'm 12 years fucking old, and you're asking me if it's about a sexual assault. No, babes, I want to go to Hogwarts. Fuck. Like, no, that I remember that. That was funny.
Yeah, I remember in middle school. Actually, I was not the best at math. Like, I don't think I was that bad, but I wasn't the best at it. I was just quiet and a goody two shoes, and teachers like that. So my in 6th grade, I was like I forgot what it was, if it was geometry or algebra or pre-algebra or whatever it was. And the following grade, apparently the school had got an upgrade, and they were gonna get like a really big, like they're gonna knock down one of the walls and make 2 of the classrooms into one really big, like advanced math class or something like that. So we were like, it was like, we're like, oh, okay. I didn't know what it was, but like, you know, like at the end of the year, you have to get your teacher to kind of like sign off on what class you're going to take next. And I liked this teacher. I was doing like okay in math. I was probably like getting like C's and stuff like that. And she was like, we're going to put you, she like signed off on the paper, and it said like iPrep or something like that. I think it was called iPrep. And I was like, what's iPrep? I was like, I thought I was going to take a geometry next year. Like, I don't know what this is. And she's like, oh, it's like this new math thing. Like it's going to be like very advanced. And I'm looking at her like, you know, I'm terrible at math, right? Like what are you talking about? She's like, no, I think you're really, like, you're good enough to go into this program or whatever and really get into it. I'm like, okay. Right. So then, the next year we finally get into this classroom, and it was so like, it was a beautiful classroom. It was both like a wall knocked down, so it was a really long classroom. Like basically took up almost like half the building of just this one classroom.
Oh wow.
And then they had like rolling chairs, so it was like it looked like basically like the set of iCarly when she went to that very fancy school. If you remember, that's literally what it looked like. Just the room. It had like, they had like whiteboards, like where you would do the little dot thing and have like the electric boards, and everybody had a laptop. Like this is like
oh shit,
like,
you lived the iCarly experience.
It was really like,
all right, guys.
Cool.
So on Twenteen podcast, you realized that her high school experience was
Victorious. This was middle school,
and her middle school experience was iCarly. No. While Kimmie was getting ferociously bullied in middle school and highly abused in high school.
Okay.
And she calls me the it girl.
Let's rewind. Let's back it up, because there's more to this.
It
was a very like cool room or whatever, and we got like this really cool upgrade and everything. Everybody got a laptop, right? So then basically like the teachers, like the first year, teachers were like, it was like maybe like 3 or 4 teachers in the classroom. So imagine like four classes of students like put into this run room. So we all had like rolling chairs, whatever, like we're all rolling around, and the teachers basically gave us free will, and the assignments were supposed to be online. So they gave us free will and was like, okay, by the end of the semester, you just basically have to have all these assignments done. Mind you, it's math. We're all in middle school. We have no structure because the teachers are not sitting down and being like, we're going to teach you this stuff. Yeah. And they're going to go and do these online assignments. So that for that first, maybe like 2 semesters, like we literally were just like on those like rolling chairs, rolling around, looking up stuff online, like doing fake videos. Like we were living it up. Like we were having so much fun.
Like our car.
And we were not.
Did you guys get froyo?
No. We were not learning anything. When I tell you that the whole class failed.
Oh,
the whole
shit.
class, the whole entire class failed. Like I couldn't even feel bad because the whole entire class failed with a D or an F.
Oh shit.
Yeah, because the teachers would just sit there and they would just be on their phones. They would be talking amongst each other. They'll be eating and they'll be like, guys, they'll put on the board, guys, remember you guys need to finish these assignments. Mind you, I'm already terrible at math. So if you sit me down and you give me an online assignment and then you'd be like, okay, like do the little thing. And it was literally like they had like the assignments were like characters. Like the characters and they were like walk you through the assignments or whatever. It was cool, but was I really gonna learn anything from this? Like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm watching PBS Kids. I'm not really retaining a lot of information from this. Like, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, so the teachers did get in trouble for that.
Oh shit.
Mm-hmm. And then for the next, like for the third and fourth semester, they individually would split us up, and instead we will all like rotate to different sections to actually like learn the math assignments you're supposed to learn. I think I passed that class with like a C. Like the next couple semesters, I just breezed by with a C. I was like, C is as best as I could do.
Yeah.
My mom was like, okay. She's like a C is. She's like, I know that this is your weakness, because every other course A's and B's. Like it wasn't like it was just math.
Like I said,
it was just math.
Damn math, bro.
Math. It was just math.
Like I said, I excelled in English. I excelled in social studies. It was actually funny because, like I said, I had the same teacher for social studies and math. So it'd be funny where it's like for social studies, I'm getting an A in that test, and then she'll grade me for the math test. I get an F, and she's like, "Is this the same kid?" Or is this kid fucking stupid? Like same class. Like I remember she made us because in fifth they considered at that time fifth grade to be middle school,
right? And
then after our class they were like, oh, we're not gonna make fifth grade a part of middle school. We're just gonna make 6 through 8 middle school, while fifth grade would be considered still elementary school, right? So they never combined it no more, because after fifth grade you were in middle school, right? Technically. But they were like, oh no, because if kids want to stop fifth grade or stop, like basically they wanted them to finish elementary school and then go to middle school. So they were trying to be like, because there were some kids that were leaving in fifth grade and then going to like elementary school and still having like elementary rules. I guess it was too disorienting for them. Yeah. So they were like, oh, never mind, we're just gonna have to split it up, because technically sixth grade is middle school or what the fuck. I don't remember the executive decision, but I remember it was something along those lines. But my social studies teacher / math teacher forced us to learn the Gettysburg Address and made it a quiz, like a verbal quiz for us, because we were going to Washington D.C. in fifth grade, which is like 2008. And I remember that so vividly.
What did y'all do in Washington?
Everything. We just walked around and looked at shit. Like we looked at museums. We went to the White House. This is when Obama just got elected, so we went to. We went to the White House.
We're gonna meet Obama.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god, me as a black girl about to meet the first black president. Like, that's gonna be so cool. And it was like, Obama's at one of his daughter's soccer games. I said, y'all fucking lie. He not in the country. I watched the news. He
does not live in the White House for real.
No, he does. It's just certain times.
No, he don't.
There's like certain times that they cut it off, or like that you can't tour the White House.
I would think like, why would they put the president in the White House? Like, if they really wanted to do something, you know where the president is. Yeah. Like, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but they have like an underground tunnel and stuff like that.
But do they have like another missile on the ground at the White House that could shoot another missile out the sky before it hits the White House? I don't think so.
I don't know, but that's not for me to really.
I mean, if they did, they wouldn't tell us. That's why I personally believe that the president doesn't actually live at the White House. They say oh, the president lives at the White House.
I don't know.
And he actually lives in an apartment complex down the street.
More likely. Because Michelle Obama was saying that like they got charged for living in the White House. Yeah. And I was like, wait.
They mean for their 1 day stay. like the White House is a vacation.
She said they would charge them for food.
Yeah.
And I was like, what?
like as if you're in a hotel. If they were actually staying at the White House, it was because they probably had a conference the next day. They had to save face and make it actually look like they lived at the White House. If I was the president, that's how I would have it. Don't come for me, like, but I would be in a condo next to the White House. I wouldn't be in the actual White House. So then, if you ever do try something, you're not gonna get me. I'm trying to sleep. I'm not trying to hear everybody skirting past my bedroom. Nah, I'm good.
Yeah. No, that's what they said, that he lived at this. But I just remember I was a little bit disappointed. That was actually the disappointing thing on that trip, was I did not get to see Obama.
Oh,
because I was a little black girl, and seeing Obama get
be
elected
president, yeah,
as president,
yeah,
I was cognitive. That's the thing. It wasn't like I was cognitive. My social studies teacher, she was like, we gonna make this a social studies event.
Yeah.
And we were following every presidential debate. So we were very much involved in the whole entire process of him getting elected and who we would vote. And then we did like a mini election day, and she gave us like ballots, like how they would give us ballots.
Right.
And she like asked us like who we'd vote for. And then she told us who would win in our class. And who won in our class was, no shocker, Mitt Romney. Not Mitt Romney, my bad.
Wait,
John
what happened?
McCain. John McCain won in our little class.
They had like a voting thing.
Yeah, so she made like all the middle schoolers, because she said that she was making all the middle schoolers like watch the presidential debates and stuff.
Right.
So she was like, okay, so it's either you guys, and they gave us the actual like ballots and stuff.
Yeah.
And it said, would you vote for Barack Obama or John McCain? Because that's who he was running for against at the time. And John McCain actually won in my middle school.
Yeah.
And I thought it was so funny because I was just like, I was hurt. I was like, no, it has to be Obama. He's black. Please.
I think that.
And then when he won the actual thing, I remember I paraded that around the whole entire middle school. Even though I got bullied regardless, but I was like, at least he won.
Barack is my president.
I was like, at least he won.
I think Barack Obama was like the first president that I was cognitive of too. Like I did not know who the president was before Barack Obama.
George Bush.
I don't know that man.
Oh.
I was I was not paying attention to the presidents. I didn't care until it was like, Barack Obama. I was too young for that. I
was alive for George Bush. I don't remember if it's George H.W. Bush or just George
I think Barack
Bush.
Obama became president when I was like 11.
Can't be.
No?
Can't be. I was in 5th grade. He was elected president in 2008.
Oh, when I was 7.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I don't
feel bad about not knowing the other presidents if I was 7 years old. Like yeah. I had bigger, concerns.
Yeah, I was alive.
The love triangle in Hannah Montana, like who's gonna become the next wizard family. Yeah. The next wizard in the family competition. I had bigger concerns.
I would say in 2008, what was I concerned about besides Barack Obama being president? Michael Jackson, The Experience.
I never even had that game.
He died 2009. I remember that.
I remember the exact day Michael Jackson died.
I remember that too.
I remember the exact day because I just remember I remember I was at my grandma's house.
Scratch it. Tell me where the fuck were you when Michael Jackson
died? I remember I was at my grandma's house and we were all like, I was sitting in her bedroom and we were watching the TV and everybody was there. Like my aunts, my mom, like everybody was there. And then on the news, it said Michael Jackson died. And my grandma goes, oh! And then she said, Michael Jackson. Like she just all of like my mom, like my mom walks in. Haitian this is my Haitian grandma. This is her Haitian grandma. My grandma walks in, my aunt walks in, and she's like, Michael Jackson died? No, this cannot be. No. I'm like, Michael Jackson died? I knew who Michael Jackson was too. So I was like, what? And I just remember it so vividly because I was like, wow, celebrities could die.
Okay, so this is a long train of thought that I have, but I'm sorry, I'm like suffering from like allergies. I usually hate the month of February because it's like start of allergy season.
Black History Month? You hate Black History Month?
I said
are we on this again? You only got 50% of the month. You can't.
I just said it's the start of allergy season and she's gonna talk about some Black History Month. Fuck off, bro. Anyways, it's
just about to end and you just
shut up, bro.
You just gotta dump on it. We're so short and we barely got what we got. But okay, continue, Miss I Love Barack Obama.
I'll vote for her a third time.
We weren't even old enough to vote.
I was pissed that I wasn't old enough to vote for him. I would love to have voted for him. So Michael Jackson, right?
Yeah.
So this is I was like, okay. Very vivid memory of mine is my nana used to be an aide for like an older man. His name was Lee. He lived in Connecticut. We were living in New York at the time. I was 8 years old, and we went to go visit her one of the times.
How far is Connecticut from New York?
It's like an hour or so. It's really not that far. But, you know, in New York standards, it's like that hour turns to 2 to 3 with traffic.
Yeah.
So it was a drive out, and I remember I just got my iPod.
Touch?
No.
Like the one that like is a circle. It's a little tiny, right? And you
that's the thing. That's a shuffle.
I had one of those.
I know I had an iPod Mini or some shit like that. It was very small.
A white one?
Yeah. It was white. It was very.
It had
small.
a screen.
Had a screen. Yeah, the screen was like tiny, but it fit like this. It was like that fucking big.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, I think it was a Mini, but the one that was on like that, you would like shove it on right there.
Yeah.
And, like, go running.
Yeah.
That was like a shuffle, I think.
No, but I had like it had a screen.
Did it really?
It had a screen. It was literally like about this big, and it had like a screen, and then it had the little circle part.
Yeah, that's what I had too, but I'm not. That wasn't called a shuffle. The one I was talking about was like a really tiny one, and you would slip it on, like literally slip it on, and it's called iPod Shuffle.
I literally was so obsessed with that thing.
I think it's called iPod.
The first night I got it, I literally kept on screaming.
Yeah,
like
same here,
Dreamgirls. We're still gonna watch Dreamgirls. Okay. We have a list of stuff that we're supposed to watch. Yeah, we're still gonna watch Dreamgirls, but like I literally was screaming Dreamgirls. I remember that. Yeah.
I remember my mother having an iTunes account, and she downloaded some songs, and there was some Michael Jackson songs that I've never heard from. So I remember when we were driving out to Connecticut, specifically Michael Jackson, Can't Help It. I played that on loop. I don't know why. It was just like very soothing to me. Played it on loop. We went to Connecticut or whatever, and then as I got older, it's like I started realizing, oh shit, this nigga know how to fucking make a banger. Like he makes albums. Yeah. So then I started deep diving. Then This Is It, the concert comes out, and I remember I looked at my mother, my single mother, struggling to feed me and my sister. I looked her in the face and I said, I need to go to this concert. This is his final concert. And she looked at me and said, we don't have that money, babes. I'm so sorry. We're not doing that. I'm so sorry. She was like, but they're gonna like record it, right? And you could watch, like, you know, because they're recording it, and they did record it. And I was like, okay, fine. As soon as I get that, I'll be fine. And I remember I was in New York at the time. I was visiting my family, and I had just hung out with my cousins Rachel and Raquel. Like we had did something outside, like went to the park or something, and we were coming back inside. Right before we came back inside, my cousin Rachel called. Because she got home first, and she said Michael Jackson died, and my words exactly was, "You lying bitch." Oh yeah, I said don't lie about that.
At 7? How old were you?
I was 11 at the time. I was like 11. Okay, I was like, it's 2009. So yeah, I was like 10, 11, 12, like around there. I was like, you lying bitch. What? Actually, yeah, I was around that age or whatever. Because I was like, I don't remember now. Yeah, I don't remember nothing. Anyways, so yeah, I was in 6th grade. So I called her, and it was like, you're lying bitch. I went up the elevator, and I knocked on my Nana's apartment, and my aunt opens up the door, and like, kid you not,
is she bawling, tearing?
She's not. She's like teary eyed. And she was like, oh, you guys are like, oh, did you guys have a good day or whatever? And I was like, yeah. But like blasting through the house is BET. And BET was like, we just got word Michael Jackson has passed away. Yeah. And I remember standing in the, like, it, because it's like a little hallway right before you hit like the TV. Right. I remember standing there being like dead. I was dead myself. No. I said, why? Yeah. Yeah. No, he's not dead. I was like, no, he's not dead. Like, I was in such great denial. I was like, no, he's not dead. And my mom was like, no, he's dead. Kimmie, I know you were really big.
Was this before or after the concert?
This was during him getting prepared for the concert.
So the concert and everything came out on video.
So all the concerts, it happened in a time where it was, I think it was like a week or two before he actually started to tour. So all those tickets had to get refunded. Right. They were like, I'm so sorry. He's passed, whatever. And then I think like a week or so, if my memory, like, I watched the funeral.
Wow.
And I remember I bawled. That's when I cried.
Yeah.
That's when I was like, oh shit, serious. It's actually true.
Yeah.
Because I swore to you up and down Michael Jackson was not dead. Yeah. I was like, they always say that. They always say that.
I think he's like the first celebrity though that actually like passed, and like, you know what I'm saying, for us, for in our age, you know, what we actually know. Yeah. The next celebrity who died, who I actually was like, damn, you know who it is.
I don't say it. Like,
Cameron Boyce.
I'm getting teary-eyed.
Cameron
I'm getting
Boyce.
teary-eyed because I remember that too, and I couldn't believe it.
The way that I rolled out of my bed, like, you are absolutely like, my sister came into my room and she said Cameron Boyce died, and I said, why would you even say that? I said, that's not funny.
Yeah, like
no, like seriously. And mind you, he's like, what, he was like a couple years older than me or something like that.
He was at least, I think he was like, what, 21, 22 when he died? Yeah, he was very young.
Yeah. I was like, stop playing with me. I said, no. I'm over here opening up Twitter, opening up Instagram. Cameron Boyce. I said, ain't no way. Ain't no way they got him.
Nah, they got him.
They got him.
Yeah. And that was even crazier because I remember that too. I don't remember exactly what I was doing.
I was laying in bed, and I was in bed. I just opened my door like.
No, I was in bed, and I remember scrolling on like Instagram.
Yeah.
And somebody was like, "R.I.P. Cameron." They're like, "Oh, God has added another angel to his roster."
That's like when you sit up really quickly. Yeah. That's like you sit up really quickly and you go, "What?"
I said, y'all loved a lot.
Yeah.
And I went to Google.
Y'all play too much.
I went to Google, and TMZ was like, yeah, we just got word Cameron Boyce has died in his sleep. I said, you have to be kidding me.
Yeah.
Actually, I remember it because I had to go to school. So it was still like, it was still like early morning type shit where I was like,
yeah,
this just fucked my whole day up. And then I went to the whole day of school, and everyone was like, did you know Cameron died?
I'm like,
Cameron
yes,
Boyce.
I did hear that.
And I was like, what the fuck? Why y'all talking about it still? I'm tired. I'm so yeah. I went home. I have an Instagram post of actually Cameron Boyce.
Yeah.
Of me being like, R.I.P. kiddo. Because I felt like I literally like grew up with him.
Yeah, exactly. Like you grew up with this person, and now they're like, that's why I get like you know, when they actually hear their people go, you get what I'm saying? Like the adults.
Yeah, like that.
Because I'm an adult, but like the adult.
I would say like that TikTok trend where they're like, oh, this person
so
died.
Died, and they're like, yeah, exactly.
Like,
that's how I would react.
Yeah, bro.
I would react like that for Beyonce, for Billie Eilish, Ariana Grande, her. I will fall out. I would be like for her, jump out a window and break my arm.
I would jump into the casket.
I would jump into the casket. Wake up, Squeak! Wake up, Squeak! You play too much. You play too much, boo. Stop playing with me. I love you, girl. Get your ass up. Don't play with me. Wade in the water.
Just start singing, crying. She's just like, oh my god. She's like, who would and me as a celebrity, who do I love so much that it's like, oh my god, they died. I'm like, oh
Janae.
Shit. Stop. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Janae, the way how I feel about Janae. I was like, the connection that I have with Janae is so deep.
Y'all birthdays are so similar too.
Yeah, she's born March 16th. I'm born March 18th. I do get a yearly shout out every year on her birthday. I go, happy birthday, Janae. Just for, I don't know, for just because I do love, like,
there's a link there.
There is a deep link.
Yeah.
I don't think any, like, I remember listening to albums of just Janae, like Sold Away. Is it Sold Away? Yeah, it's Sold Away. Because I forget, because there's like, it's like Sailed Away, but Sold Away. And then she has Bed Peace. Bed Peace was something I used to put on replay.
Yeah.
That's with her and Childish Gambino.
Yeah.
And then I listened to that Childish Gambino song with her and Childish Gambino. It was, one's called like Pink Sweats or Pink Sweatpants or some shit like, I can't remember. It's on his Because the Internet album. And the other one, Oakland. That is like two songs that she like quote unquote is on. And she's not on Oakland. She just is in the music video, but he also credits her in the song. I don't know why. I'm not sure if she's singing or not, but I think it's called Pink Sweats or Pink something, where she's like, they're like talking about drugs, like Heike talking about drugs, or like the person selling drugs and it's making so much money, whatever. I can't remember. I haven't heard that album in such a long time.
Yeah.
And just Janae on a whole. Like, I follow her so religiously.
Yeah.
Like,
I understand the love.
Yeah, I also was following her with 2088 when she and Big Sean got together and made that EP of 2088, and I love that album.
Yeah.
Or EP, or what the fuck ever you want to call it. Because I was like, oh, I love Big Sean. I love Janae. They should come together and collab. And that was 2016. And I literally said the words, they should collab. And literally, that 2016 is when I graduated, and that's when they collabed. And I said, I can never be more happier than right now. Listen to every single song. There's only a couple of songs that I still would sing to this day, like Deja Vu and On the Way. Those are my two favorite songs off that like EP. But I just love them, and I was like, oh, they need to be together. Yeah. And then, you know, a couple of years later, they're together, and they have a kid, and I'm so happy. I'm actually so happy for them.
Yeah, but I understand the love when it comes to like musicians. Music is another like frequency. Like, you get what I mean? Like, there's a different vibe to music that is just so like unspoken. You get what I mean? And when music gets you through certain things, I can understand how the artist becomes like somebody that you love. Like, you get what I mean? Like, somebody who you're like, this person is in my life.
Yeah.
Like, you get what I mean?
Say, yeah, because I think we had talked about it briefly, but Panic at the Disco, Paramore, and Fallout, that was it for me in middle school, because I was
got you through.
I was a depressed little girl being bullied, and you know, I sit there and I put on some Panic at the Disco, singing New Perspective by by Panic at the Disco, but for Jennifer's Body. It's like, that sounds right. Or I put on Fall Out Boy, Thanks for the Memories, or I put The Takes Over, The Breaks Over. That's another one. That's a good one.
But I was telling Kimmie, this is why I had to switch back to Spotify, because I literally could not take. I was first on YouTube Music. I was like, I was like YouTube Premium.
They
like,
gave
why
me
would
that
I
free
pay?
shit,
I was like, why would I pay like, for Spotify too? Like, pay for two services. So I was on YouTube Music first, and then I just like, it was just not up to par with how Spotify curates music.
Very true.
And I was like, okay, like, let me go to Apple Music, because I get student discount and they have like a karaoke feature. So let me go to Apple Music. Went to Apple Music, and I've been on there for like maybe like another like year or so, and it's the same thing where it's like, we're probably worse than YouTube, where it really does not understand the vibe. Like, I was telling Kimmie, I was like, I'm listening to Frank Ocean, and it's gonna play Miley Cyrus Bangers era. Like, this isn't the vibe. Like, you're missing the vibe. I'm trying to be calm, cool, and collected, and now you're trying to tell me to shake my ass on song 2. We're not. I can't do that. I can't.
We can't
stop. We can. Okay. I just went from a potato flew around my room before you came. Like, you get what I'm saying? You can't you can't just switch the vibe like that. No. Like, it doesn't understand an algorithm and personalization like how Spotify does.
Yeah.
And I said, you know what? It's time for me to come home, baby. I know you miss me.
You know what's so crazy?
I went to get the milk, but I'm back.
I did come back.
Come back 5 years later.
What's crazy is that I just realized how young you are for you to be like, yeah, first I was listening onto YouTube Music, and I'm sitting here like,
what do you mean?
Pandora was it.
Everyone
had a Pandora.
Not really. My mom still has a Pandora.
My mom does too.
Yeah, but I wasn't on Pandora like that.
I had a Pandora. I had my own Pandora account. Like, really? I remember when my mom was like, "Oh, you're old enough now. You can have a Pandora account."
That was like my stepmom and my mom had Pandora, and
no, I was old enough. Like, my mom was like, "Oh, you can have a Pandora account," and I was like, "Oh yeah." And that was middle school, and trust and believe, I was on Fall Out Boy radio, Paramore radio.
I was on Spotify first before YouTube Music. I just switched to YouTube Music because I got YouTube Premium.
That Spotify, you had to like pay, so you had to like listen to other people's radios or whatever. I was like, oh damn, that's crazy. But I was still on Pandora, so we went from Pandora to Spotify and just stayed on there.
Yeah, no, I was
YouTube Music and then went back to Spotify.
Right. No, I was listening to Spotify. I was just listening to ads like back in like middle school and high school and stuff like that. But yeah,
that was what Pandora was. Pandora was just ads too. You give you like 5-6 songs.
Yeah, and
then they'd be like, oh, just listen to this like 1 minute ad, and you get like the next couple songs for free, like free listening or whatever. You're like, oh, that shit's cool. I just remember Pandora. That was like where I found a lot of my like.
Was it good at curating music?
Yeah, it stayed with the vibe. So it's like, okay, so if I was listening to Paramore, I would be like, that's what you get, Paramore. Right. Next song, it's going to be like Evanescence, like Going Under, and then it'd be like another Paramore song, and then it's like they would try to keep the artist that you're listening to, and it would just like throw you for a loop. That's how I got introduced into like 3 Days Grace. That's how I got introduced to the Killers. I think that the Killers. That's how I got introduced to a lot of Green Day songs. I did not know, because I knew like 1 or 2 songs from Green Day, but it introduced me to Green Day. It broadened my like horizon. I even like heard like old rock music. I was like, oh shit, that's crazy. I know people have music. Yeah, like, so like Pandora was really good, and then like Spotify kind of like just amplified it, where it's like, oh, you're feeling a little bit sad.
Don't worry, I got you, babe.
We're gonna stay sad. You're not.
We're
coming
staying
out
here
of
forever and ever until you're ready to leave.
Like, I'm actually kind of free to like listen to like emo music on Spotify, because I'm like,
it will keep you there.
Yeah, it'd be like, guess what, babes?
Guess what I got for you? Strangulation.
Emo
Turn my life into the
fucking start sitting here like, should I kill myself?
Spotify's next song, yes. Yes.
The DJ pops up.
DJ's like,
so I know you've been feeling a little bit depressed. I hope you actually commit
Today
to it.
is the day. Don't let anybody stop you. Next song.
Ariana Grande being like, yes, do it.
And say that shit with your chest. Yeah. So, guys, thank you guys so much for watching this episode.
We always go on tangents.
We really do. I don't even know where we were supposed to start off, but I think we kind of did it. We kind of did it. We hit our notes. We hit our notes, guys. Okay,
except for one,
but it's okay. Don't worry, guys, because we'll be back next week.
I'm about to say,
we'll be back next week, so then we can hit it then. All right,
hit it then.
Yeah.
We'll hit it then.
So we want to thank you guys so much for watching.
Yes,
please subscribe, like, follow, comment.
Yes,
subscribe, bro. I know you see that button right there. Look at it. It's so pretty.
I want to say we gotta keep doing this.
It's so pretty.
On Spotify, and Apple Podcasts.
Yeah, listen to it.
Follow it
while you're driving.
Upvote it.
Re-listen to it,
bro.
Yeah, re-listen to it while you driving on Apple Podcasts. I know you want to hear us talk.
Exactly.
I know you want to hear us. We sound so cute.
We have beautiful voices. You know?
I know. Do you want a song?
Caroline can sing too. That's the crazy part. She can sing. So as much shit I'm talking about, she could sing.
I mean, I could serenade you if you make you subscribe.
If you subscribe, she'll serenade you.
They're like, right. No. So I mean, click the fuck off.
Yeah. So
yeah, guys. So follow us on social media. The Twenteen podcast. All social media. Follow us. Okay.
Okay. What are we on? We on Twitter.
We on Twitter.
IG,
Instagram.
TikTok.
Facebook. YouTube Shorts. Facebook. Get your mama on a Facebook account, okay?
First off,
let her stay up to date too.
First off, we reach to every generation.
We are the twin teens, but
okay, we are twin teens.
Sometimes you could be 30 teens, okay?
Hey.
You could feel like a 30 teen out there. We will stand beside you.
It don't matter.
Okay?
Everyone, you are definitely a twin teen. You follow this podcast,
you are a twin teener.
It doesn't matter your age, okay? So like, because it doesn't matter your age, we're on absolutely everything. We're on Facebook with the grandmas and the moms, okay?
Not offending them.
No, like, being serious. Like, Facebook is definitely used by older people. It's just the truth. So we out there for y'all. Okay?
We there for you.
Interact with our Facebook.
Don't let me waste my time posting. It's
exactly. So we out there on Facebook. We're with the Gen Zers
on TikTok.
And on TikTok and the Gen Alphas, or whatever they're called. Yeah.
Can you like go TikTok, watch all our videos and like it on TikTok?
Exactly.
Thank you.
And tell us what other trends to do on TikTok.
Yep.
And then we're with like the millennials.
We'll dance for you on TikTok.
We dance a lot on TikTok. We actually do some dances.
We try.
We need more time. We need
more time, but recommend us some dances.
Exactly.
We'll try real hard.
And then we're with the millennials on the IGs and the Twitters, because that's technically like very old platform. Like that's not, it's like old people. Yeah, Gen Z's on there, and you know
I'm there.
Yeah,
I love Instagram.
No, I know I love Instagram too, but that's technically like, if you're asking Gen Alpha what platform they'd rather be on, they're on
Snapchat.
They're on TikTok. They're on Snapchat. We need to get on Snapchat.
I don't want to do that.
We're gonna have to. We're gonna have to get these kitties somehow. We're gonna have to get these kitty hours somehow.
We gotta get these teeny boppers.
Exactly. If you're supposed to be a tween teen and it doesn't matter about age, how the fuck are we gonna get them Gen Alphas?
I guess so.
And them Gen whatever fuck ever.
We're gonna need to make some crazy ass Snapchat stories.
Like fucking Grinch.
Yeah.
He's like,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
we're coming for you. Don't worry about
exactly.
it. We'll get there.
Remember to show us love.
Show us love, and we'll show you love.
We're on all them platforms.
I'll reply to your comments. Don't worry about it.
I would say we will both.
I love emojis.
She loves emojis.
I love emojis.
I never reply with emojis.
I love an emoji. If there's an emoji, it's me.
That's true. So I'm so old that my emoji would be : parentheses.
Yeah. So once again, thank you guys so much for watching this episode.
Thank you.
We will catch you next week. CNK signing out.